Ohanaeze replies, Asari Dokubo, Ohanaeze Indigo Social-Cultural Organization has berated a call from a former militant leader, Asari Dokubo, urging the presidency not to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, from the Department of State Services custody. Nigeria News record that during the Dokubo's visit to Tinubu, he had insisted that releasing Kanu would be a reward for criminality and murder of innocent people. Reacting to the statement, the faction Secretary General Ukechukwu Isiguzoro lamented that Kanu's continuous detention was destabilizing and crumbling the economy of the Southeast. Isiguzoro stated that when in the past the Nigeria government declared Dokubo wanted, it was an Ohanaeze man, Uche Okuku, that kept him safe. They insisted that their call for the release of Kanu was not because they wanted him to avoid facing the law, but because of the effects of the incarceration of the South on the Southeast. Isiguzoro subsequently urged the president to release Kanu in the interest of national unity. Speaking with Daily Trust on Saturday, Isiguzoro said Asari Dokubo's grandfather is Igbo from a place called Abam in the Arochukwu area of Abia State. So it's our grandson. We understand there was a little misunderstanding between him and our son, Nnamdi Kanu. Dokubo is entitled to his opinion. In the past 3 years, there have been accusations between Asari and Kanu regarding the training of IPOB members, and it generated verbal tantrums. This led to some northern and other groups saying Kanu must be taught a lesson. This is where Ohanaeze steps in, and we have discussed this remark that releasing Kanu will amount to criminality. We want Asari to know that when the Nigerian government declared him wanted, it was an Ohanaeze man, Uche Okechukwu, that harbored him, and we know that he has assisted Kanu in the past. Igbo demanding Kanu's release is not because they are against him facing the law, but his continued incarceration has destabilized and crumbled the economy of the Southeast. It has brought untold hardship, unimaginable insecurity to the region, which has affected schools and some governors losing control of their states. We want to tell Asari that it is high time we unite the country, but a presidential pardon from Tinubu, who was never the architect of his incarceration, should be given to all prisoners of conscience, including the IPOB leader, Henry Oka, and others, because Nigeria is divided along ethnic and religious lines. A lot of criminals will capitalize on Kanu's incarceration to cause havoc, which would make things too bad. Who is Asari Dokubo? Who is Tinubu himself? I don't understand. Somebody has been arrested, somebody has been detained, somebody has been going to court back and forth. They said the man he did all manner of things. My own is, let the court take its place before Buhari carry in bad law commands. Igbo leaders went to go and plead with him. He said no, that he was not ready to do that. That let the court take its a course, that they should take care of the DC. The man, they went to court and the court said release him. And they said they are not going to release him. So I don't even understand. Nobody should be begging anybody. Nobody should beg anybody. Unfortunately, we have seen people who are not supposed to be at the corridor of powers, and people who are going in and out of Asari. That is why we are seeing this nonsense. Who is Asari Dokubo? Who is any president in the first place? No president should be. Nobody is above the law, whether you are president, irrespective of the immunity they are giving to you. If you know that this man has done anything, jail him. Why keeping him? That is where my problem is. And because you cannot decide on his case once and for all, that tells people that there is an ulterior motive. Who is Asari Dokubo to tell anybody not to release anybody? You can imagine that this country is coming to nonsense. Let them go to court. If he has done anything, why will it take eternity to judge this case? The man that has not been in the country, you said he jumped bail according to your definition, which the court said he did not. Yet you could not, Malami and the rest of them, they could not gather themselves together and and know what they're going to do and take their case to court. If anybody has done anything wrong, do the needful and send the person to where the person is supposed to be. If he has not done anything, discharge him. The court said, leave him. After you said it is the court that should decide on his release or not. And the court has said, leave him alone. And you guys are saying that is this Asari Dokubo, that uncultured human being, irresponsible and illiterate man. You see how what they have turned this country to. You see what they have turned this country to. Why should anybody? Because to me, why should anybody be pleading to? I don't even know whether it is a plead or the Kubo. Who is the Kubo? No wonder somebody was asking a question that how is it possible that somebody of that caliber will be speaking with speaking to the press with the coat of arms of Nigeria behind him? Is it not an insult? Hmm? Can you imagine? I surprised to hear that a revered Igbo man, Ohanaeze chieftain, was the person that harbored the criminal Asari Dokubo when he was declared wanted. Now we are saying that it is wrong to keep a mad dog in the house because one day it will turn and bite the hand that feeds him. Meanwhile, Asari Dokubo's call not to release Kanu shouldn't even bother the Igbos because he has no such influence on Tinubu's government as is a common criminal element without any pedigree. Talk about national issues. Any government that listens to the advice of a terrorist like Asari Dokubo and implements his advice and ideas, that government is a terrorist government. Once a terrorist, always a terrorist. Asari Dokubo's view is his own opinion, but the president should act into the cry of the entire South zone. It's unfortunate, even that one too. All of them, are they not the same party with Buhari? Me, I'm not even saying release Nnamdi Kanu. You said court should take its course, and the court is already done that, and you are holding him, begging the. Oh my goodness, it's just the place is a rotten place, honestly. Now all of you are talking. Let them jail Nnamdi Kanu. I have said it over and over again. If you are sure of what you are saying, let them jail him. They say, oh, Tinubu is not the architect. The one that was the architect, he has left, and you think that life is going to be better. Let there be fairness and justice. If he, that is where I stand. If Nnamdi Kanu has done the wrong thing, let him face the DC. But for the fact that you are keeping him there shows that you are not doing the right thing. When he's angry, who is he? Ask him who his father is. Is his father not from Mbatoli? One day Nnamdi Kanu will greet Asari good afternoon in the morning. The blind and the biased arguments on here is stinky. Some calling Nnamdi Kanu genuine freedom fighter. I just observe from a distance like this. Some people till now have not realized the problem of Nigeria, or some are so bad enough to live in total denial of reality. Make una continue. Now today all this mumudity starts. I don't know what you're talking about. See Ekwere Madu case now. Within 1 year they don't judge in case. So waiting this one day. Why is that is what we are talking about? Impunity. You say somebody has done wrong and you are doing the worst thing. Why keeping him there? So does it mean there's nothing they can do all this while to say, okay, Nnamdi Kanu has been sentenced to this thing? That is my own. That is where I'm faulting them. Irrespective of whatever you are going to do, the case is in court and the court has said release him. If there's any other thing that you feel that is the reason why it cannot be released, why can't you bring it to the court? Why adjourning? Ekere Madu case in the UK. No. They don't know where it belongs to. They don't put it. Everybody don't rest. You don't deserve his gate him. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? So guys, this is it. It's unfortunate.